This is called Grog, and I'd like you to stick with me because we need to learn more about this. This might be the first night walk on this channel. I am planning to taste this historical beverage called Grog. I am not much of a drinker, so I need the assistance of a bartender. I am interested in this drink since it's something I only read in books and history, and I can finally taste it for the first time. This is the drink that was used by explorers and sailors. And it fits because we're going to explore this city trying to find a hidden bar. That part is also going to be part of this video. We are in Ayala Mall, somewhere in Makati. Actually, this is more of the Greenbelt Mall. It's one of the malls created by the Ayala Corporation. And we're here because it's kind of near to the bar that we're trying to get to. The bar is a little hidden. In fact, they don't even advertise. So, in order to learn about this bar, it's kind of spread via the word of mouth. In fact, I only heard about this bar due to a rumor when I was walking around here. And just like the name of this channel, I have to explore it. There's something about this particular mall, especially at night, that's kinda has its own charm. This place will look great, especially in the holiday season. The Christmas lights will actually brighten up the mood of anyone that's just simply walking by. I might show another video in this area once it's back to the holiday season or Christmas season. What we are trying to do right now is simply we're just traveling or walking to Antonio Arnaiz Avenue because that's the road leading to what we call the Makati Cinema Square. And Makati Cinema Square has its own charm. They usually sell hard-to-find items like a mineral shop. They also sell different types of vinyl player. Remember the vinyl players that you normally find way back in 1950s? They still have it. Not to mention, they also have what we call a gun range, where people with firearms can shoot at targets at the distance. But right now, we're going to pay a visit to the hidden bar. And once you see that bar, you'll understand why it's really hard to find. Right now, we are actually walking along this path called the Greenbelt Drive. I find it a little easier to simply park your car in Greenbelt. And once you're parked there, you can simply walk all the way to Makati Cinema Square. We just need to move forward until you see that corner. Once you see that corner, all you need to do is to turn right. After turning right, all you need to do is to simply walk further. You can't miss it. No need to go to a different turn. You'll reach the Makati Cinema Square later on. By the way, the name of the road we're going to turn right on is actually called the Antonio Arnaiz Avenue. And this is it. You really cannot get lost in this area because you just need to keep moving forward. Like I mentioned earlier, the historical drink I want to taste is called Grog. It's used by sailors back in the day when Jamaica was a British colony. The British usually used beer and brandy, but it was replaced by rum. As if you're a British sailor way back in the day, you will have access to two rations of rum, probably twice a day. But sometimes that led to a certain problem. Some British sailors will actually hoard the rum, and in the end, they sometimes overindulged themselves in one go. As you may have figured out, it produced a lot of problems. They suddenly lack discipline, and sometimes they are sick. They cannot perform their duties if they're way too hammered. This is why the British Vice Admiral Edward Vernon gave an order to dilute the rum with water. The ratio of water to rum is always 4:1. There are other things that was put in the mix since sailors want more flavor to their diluted beverage. So Vernon also instructed to reward good sailors by letting them purchase lime and sugar. That way they can mix it with the grog. And this mixture became popular. The reason why it's called grog is that the Vice Admiral Vernon actually wears a grogham coat. Grogham is a type of cloth that's slightly heavy. He was nicknamed Old Man Grogham or Old Grog, hence the name of the drink, and later it's known as grog. Before we go any further, let me share the recipe for you on how to make this beverage. You will need the following: 4 ounces of water, 1 ounce of rum, 1 ounce of brown sugar, and 1 ounce of lime. So anyone who wants to have a taste of it and wants can actually just mix it themselves. But I don't exactly have a bottle of rum anywhere near me, so I'm going to a bar. Now, despite the alcohol being bad for you, the British Royal Navy actually benefited from grog. It prevented men from going too drunk and lose discipline. It also prevented scurvy. During that time, they were not aware that lime contains lots of vitamin C, and it actually prevented scurvy. And the third benefit is that the sailors were free from infection. During that time, rum mixed with water prevented mold from forming in the water supply. And back in the day, water was sometimes unhygienic. It's usually sitting inside an oak barrel for quite some time, and it's stagnant. Now, technically speaking, grog is not served at the bar I'm going to. So I asked the bartender to create the mix and agreed to pay the standard fee. The Fat Cat bar is actually a cocktail bar. Nothing about it is, it's not the standard bar where you can simply order a pint of beer. It has to come in the form of a mixture. There is also something about that particular bar that I'm very much interested in. It's kinda down to earth. It's not some super snazzy where you have to wear a suit just to get in. You can just come in wearing casual clothes and enjoy their beverage. There's different things like gin and tonics. Sometimes they name their drinks after a jazz song. But regardless, I want you to enjoy in case you pay a visit. Since I know the recipe for this beverage, I can of course mix it myself. But I don't want to go to that route. I have to purchase one whole bottle. And after tasting, I don't know what to do with the rest of the bottle of rum. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not much of a drinker. So, the best way to actually taste it is to go to your local bar and ask the bartender to mix it for you. Most bartenders, anyway, will actually are willing to mix beverages for you provided you know the recipe. And that's exactly what I did. I just showed up, showed the recipe to the bartender, and they provided the goods. After walking some distance along this Antonio Arnaiz Avenue, we just need to reach this corner. The corner of Antonio Arnaiz Avenue and Amorsolo Street. And right in front of us, you're going to see the Makati Cinema Square. We just need to cross this street. We just need to wait on this part and simply wait for the stoplight to let us pass through. Now, after crossing the street, we just need to navigate the Makati Cinema Square. It's almost like a maze, simply because the FatCat bar, actually it's a cocktail bar, is really a little hidden. Sometimes too hidden. Once you're in this area, you can simply ask around and simply ask for where it's located at. Now, despite being hidden, it is sometimes crowded. When I took this footage, it's actually on a Sunday evening. And I'm having one of those leisure walks. Here's also something I'd like to share with you guys. I tasted Grog, and there's another drink that I have to compare it to. Just plain rum. Rum by itself is sometimes hard to drink and sometimes unpalatable. Grog, on the other hand, is a little refreshing in my opinion. However, it might be a good idea for you to taste it yourself. Every one of us have their own particular taste when it comes to different things, from alcohol to desserts. The one thing I can at least share with you guys is that we are at least near the FatCat Cocktail Bar. And all we need to do is to simply walk this building and turn left. Even if it already appears, you're not going to find it. Once we turned left in this corner, we're here, but I bet you cannot find it. It's in one of the sides, and the only signage for FatCat is pretty much tiny. It's almost like a camouflage. Simply enter and you'll be greeted with jazz music and different clippings from different news articles, sometimes posters and movie posters as well. And the next step is to simply proceed. If you like, please pay a visit. I suggest to give them a call first. Sometimes they are crowded. Sometimes on a slow day like a Sunday night, they are pretty much free. I can of course describe to you the taste of grog, but it might be a good idea to simply taste it yourself. I'm going to put the recipe in the description. So, cheers, bottoms up, and enjoy.